Hi, this is Janet Diane Morius, WordLoaf4Expansions.com. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Janet. Now, I had such good response last week to the coffee cake that I made. I'm going to show you how to do another very low-carb, gluten-free, that's my oven telling me it's ready to go, gluten-free cake, which you can easily make in your own kitchen, especially this time of year because it's a zucchini bread, and zucchini, of course, is in season. So here we have in my bowl, I've already ground 1.5 cups of almond meal and mix that with 1.5 cups of my buckwheat flour. So I'm going to stir that all together and put in my other dry ingredients. I have 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So that goes in. I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That goes in. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, organic cinnamon, goes in. Start mixing that together. About 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Now, okay, so I'll mix in the 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and the sea salt, of course. And I have 1 cup of coconut crystals. And again, once you make the zucchini bread, or really it's more like a cake, then you can decide for yourself if that you want to add more or less of any ingredient, specifically the sugar, depending on the sweetness that you want. I have 1 cup of olive oil, 3 organic eggs. Mix all that in. Now, if you like, you can also add some nuts or other dried fruit to this particular recipe. I like to mix it all together. Oh, and also some xanthan gum. I gotta be sure to get that correct. I'm just learning about that. I don't have it here. If you want to help it hold together a little bit better, but sometimes my family doesn't particularly care for the taste, but I would put in about 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and that will help it stay together once that you cut it, because it does, these kind of non-gluten recipes do tend to be a bit on the crumbly side. And I have 3 cups of shredded zucchini that I did in my Cuisinart. That gets mixed in. And of course that's going to provide some of the liquid in your cake. And between the olive oil and the zucchini, it's a very, very moist cake. You can shred it by hand. I've done that many times as well before I had my Cuisinart. And of course you can put it in a mixer rather than doing it by hand as I do. You can see the zucchini just mixes right in, and you can't tell the difference once it's baked, hardly. Although you have some nice little speckles, but we'll look at it after it's baked. It makes a really nice batter. Okay, and I've already turned my oven on 350, so it's ready to go. I have 2 4x8 bread pans here that I've kind of lined with some wax paper and a little bit of spray organic olive oil on the bottom. And I'm just going to divide my batter evenly between both pans. Do you want to come on this side? Okay, so we're just going to put it in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. And I will show it to you when we pull it out. And next, let's see, let me set my timer here. I'm going to set mine for 30 minutes because I like to check it, but it should take it about 45 minutes total. Alright, and while that's cooking, I kind of want to show you just a simple fresh summer salad that you can make, which is really, really nice and very easy. So I have sliced already a nice organic tomato, and I have some fresh sheep's milk cheese that I'm going to put on top. Remember what I always tell you, it's presentation. Your digestion really begins with the eyes. I have put through my Cuisinart a little bit of fresh cucumber on top. And I'm going to put a little bit of organic white champagne vinegar. It actually comes from Italy. On top of that, a little bit of olive oil, which is just basically olive oil with some seasoning in there to infuse it with some flavor. This is very nice. And also this I get from Vitacost, which is organic sea salt with organic vegetable herbs in there. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on top of that for seasoning. And I tell you, I always keep my pecorino romano in my freezer. So a little bit of that on top. And let's see. And remember, we want to do color. And I have still a few organic hot pepper flakes, which looks nice. And there you have it. This is a really nice, pleasant little summer salad to have that you can serve to company. So we'll set that aside. And the last thing that I want to show you before the cake comes out is something called Violet Queen, which I have had soaking in my tub of water here. Now you may think this is broccoli, but it's not. It's actually a cross between broccoli and broccoli rabe. It's an old vegetable called Violet Queen. The leaves are especially filled with nutrition, and they're not bitter, but they're a little bit on the bitter side. So just like broccoli rabe, you want to steam all of this and then put it with a little butter, or again, you could saute it with olive oil and garlic, whatever you like. But this is a really nice old-fashioned kind of vegetable, and you might not have seen this before, so I want you to. Alright, so let's open it up and take a look. Oh, it's perfect. Beautiful. Alright. Here's the second one. Yes, lovely. Okay, now I'm going to, you'll see how nice this wax paper works. We're just going to lift it right up and out. And the same with my second one. Right up and out. I'm going to let it cool before I slice it, but I'm going to show you how beautiful it is inside. Each loaf will slice into about 12 different slices, and each slice is going to be about 12 carbs. So it's very, very low carb and excellent and very nutritious for you. So let it cool a few minutes, and then we'll slice it and take a look. Alright, let's go ahead and see what this looks like inside. Now it's cooled off a little bit. Oh, that's beautiful. Move it over here. It's still steaming hot. You can see the steam coming out, hopefully. And we're just going to gently slice it and see if it stays together. Yes, it will stay together better with the xanthan gum, as I mentioned, about a half to a teaspoon. If you get 12 slices out, each slice has got about 12 carbs. You can serve it like this. You can put a little butter on it. You can put a little fruit on it. Homemade jam, maybe. Just watch, what you put on, what you like. But anyway, it's a very beautiful dessert. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make it soon. And remember, if it's healthy, that can make you very happy. Healthy doesn't mean bad. Healthy can mean delicious, just like what I've shown you here. I thank you for joining me, and I will see you again on my next Cooking with Janet for Expansions.com. Bye-bye now.